Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the week of October 10th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Pisces. Now, I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the After Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, rapid fire, right? Let's go ahead and let's make sure we're all set up and in view here, and we'll get right into it. Do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you, Pisces. All right. Good enough to me. Do hit the like button and subscribe. Really does help my channel grow in a big way. So, okay. Energy on the bottom. You have the Eight of Cups. So, Eight of Cups is about walking away from something or someone in your life. You have an energy that is similar to, who was it? Scorpio. I think it might have been the Scorpio reading. You have walking away and letting go, which I'm going to talk about here with the Hanging Man. Walking away and letting go of something, maybe a person, maybe a water sign here, as you have the King of Cups, maybe a Gemini as well, maybe a Leo. Leo, Gemini, any water sign, Virgo. These are the numbers. These are the signs that are coming in. I think predominantly Leo, Virgo, Gemini energy, but it could, if it's a person, they could have those qualities about them, or they could have placements in their chart around those signs. Now on a different level, what I love about the Eight of Cups is the Eight of Cups says that you are taking a step of empowerment. And this person's becoming empowered by letting go of what used to make them bored, or what used to hurt them, or what used to disappoint them. And instead, they are deciding that they are going to walk towards the path of their dreams. And so for me, I actually love the Eight of Cups card because it's all about empowerment. And, the truth is, if we are in a situation that's just not filling our cup up anymore, it's in our best interest to dump the cup out, or to let go of the cup, or to dump the liquid out of the cup, right? You get what I'm saying. You understand the metaphor that I'm saying, and move on. And so, on the other end, this can sometimes look like somebody moving away from us, but, I don't believe that. I think that this is, for you in this case, I think that this is you moving on and fully moving on here. So, let's go ahead and let's dive into it. So in the overall situation, you do have the Strength card. This is Leo energy, okay? And this middle card is important. It informs the rest of the cards here. But the Strength card says you have the courage and the perseverance to overcome any obstacle that is in your way. Major energy of overcoming obstacles and not letting anything get in your way. In fact, this person is so strong that they have tamed a lion. I mean, for real, right? And, who has the ability to do that? Only somebody who's extremely strong. And so when you get the Strength card, it is talking about that. The Strength card can also say outbursts. Be careful of outbursts. I will say that. Be careful of emotional outbursts. It's a fiery energy. It's a strong energy. It's a bold, assertive energy. And, that definition came into my mind as well. I don't always get that with the Strength card, but it is sort of coming in. Now remember, fire is a good energy. It can be good in that it can get us, fired up to do something. Fire can inspire us, but fire can also burn. And so I would be very careful about burning, okay, at this time. And burning, like burning bridges or burning the wrong thing. Like if you want to, light the candle and see, and manifest something or get started on something, which I think some of you are doing, I think that's a good way of using fire. But there are also other ways of using fire that might hurt people. So just something to consider here. In the past, you have the Five of Swords, you have the King of Cups, and you also have the the Hanging Man here showing up. And, I did say the High Priestess. It is interesting that I just said that. We have the Hanging Man here. High Priestess is a card I associate with Pisces, but the Hanging Man is also associated with Pisces or Neptune as well. And, this energy here, I think, is very important to get this right. I think this is your energy. I think the Hanging Man is your energy right now. By the way, I don't attach gender to my cards. It's called the Hanging Man. These are just energies. We have a king here. We have the Strength card. It doesn't matter what gender you are or you're dealing with. And so the idea here with this Hanging Man is this is an energy. And the Hanging Man, while they are content with their life, as you can see, they are content, right? They have this light behind their head indicating that they are achieving enlightenment. They're content, but they're not moving forward. And I almost feel like there's been a real push here for you in the past to really just let go, to cut the dead weight, to let go of something. And it's almost like pour the cup out, or I keep getting this image in my mind of somebody dumping liquid out of a cup or pouring the cup. And it's almost like for some of you here, there might be some symbolism there for you. I think for some of you, you're letting go of this energy of the King of Cups. This might have been somebody who was emotionally manipulative. And, typically the King of Cups is a good partner in the tarot, but I'm getting a weird energy with it. And I also feel like this is the person you're letting go of. Even though it's a Cups card, they could be a Leo, Gemini, Virgo, because we have those energies here predominantly. Actually, another card associated with Pisces is the Moon. It is interesting. Tarot's up for interpretation. But lastly here, you have this Five of Swords, which the Five of Swords is all about cutting. It's like losing something or cutting something out or something that's been cut out of your life. Swords cut. Swords inflict as well is a word that just came into my mind, inflict a wound. But it's something that came into my mind. This is not a physical wound. This is an emotional wound or an emotional scar. And, I think for some of you here, this has been something in the past that you're really, really, really walking away from. In the current situation, you have the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, you have the Strength card, and you have the Hermit. So number 8 Strength, number 9 Hermit together here. Always like that synchronicity when I get this in a reading, which to me suggests that you are progressing. You're moving along in your life. Also, the 6 here, this is kind of just loosely coming together, but 6 as well. We don't have a 7. Okay, never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, so we're missing the 7, but that's okay. So, with this energy here, you have the Strength card, you have the Hermit card. The Hermit is about isolation. The Hermit is about going within. The Hermit is about traveling the universe for answers, traveling your inner consciousness, and finding the light within you, finding the answer that is uniquely yours. And so, for you, this looks like, why, maybe like you answering the question for yourself, why did something have to end the way it ended? Why did I have to let go of something the way I let go of something? And another thing is, what am I in discovery of? What am I in pursuit of? With the 8 of Cups here. This person is in pursuit. They're in pursuit of a dream. They're in pursuit of their wishes. What are you in pursuit of? Nobody can decide that for you. But you are in pursuit of something, because not just the 8 of Cups, but because of the Ace of Wands. Love the Ace of Wands energy. This is about getting started, physically getting started on something. This card's been coming in for the collective this week. I think it's just a good time energetically to really ramp something up. You've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, do it. You've been thinking about, starting a reselling business or starting a side hustle, starting an Instagram account, you do it, right? Like, you know what? There's no better time than now. And I truly believe that. Even during a Mercury retrograde, if you're really feeling inspired. We're not in a Mercury retrograde, but I'm just saying, like, some people say don't start things during retrogrades. Now is now, okay? There's no time like now. And, I feel like for some of you, now is important. There's also this other thing that's coming into my mind here. I heard this quote a while ago. The difference between people who are uber wealthy and just wealthy, so let's say somebody who's like a billionaire, the billionaire is not the smartest person in the room. The billionaire has a sense of urgency. That is the difference. The difference is between, let's say, somebody who's a millionaire and somebody who's a billionaire. Millionaire might be somebody who's really smart, like really high IQ, intellectual, all of that. The billionaire, they have a sense of urgency. They might not be as smart as the millionaire, but they're a billionaire. And it's because they feel called to something. And I'm feeling guided to tell Pisces that are watching this right now that, are we all going to become billionaires? I don't know, maybe, but probably not. But the point is, are we all going to have success in our lives? Yes, I think that each one of us here watching, we do have the ability to have success in whatever way that shows up. Okay, and so just pep talk, something coming in. In the future, you have the moon, you have the lovers, and you have the Four of Wands. Now, many people associate the moon with Pisces. I don't think that that's wrong, but I like to associate the moon with the moon. Again, tarot's up for interpretation. It's whatever you feel when you're reading the cards. Let me see here. Okay, Aries full moon. So the next full moon is on October 9th. Okay, and so there's a full moon here, and then, so we have a full moon on October 9th, and then we have a Scorpio new moon, which is an eclipse on October 25th. All right, and so these are important times, I think, for some of you here. I've been feeling the eclipse energy already, personally. This eclipse feels big. All of them, they always do, but eclipses are just highly charged times. And the moon in tarot can represent an emotionally charged time or a highly charged time or a highly charged energy. I think that there's something here around this eclipse energy. Could be connected to love, okay? For some of you here with the lovers and the Four of Wands, both of these cards are love energy. They both have like really deep love messages. The Four of Wands could be marriage. The lovers could be a deep love connection. However, for some of you, this is not at all love because you've been walking away from someone. In fact, for some of you, it's this Ace of Wands, okay? It's this idea of like you're in pursuit of something. And, I think for some of you, the Lover's card here can represent an important choice, and the Four of Wands can indicate a new start or a celebration. And, I think for some of you, you're in pursuit of this new start here pretty heavily. And you could get something here around, call it, I don't know. The eclipse is really, October 25th is when the eclipse is, but these energies can start happening now. They could have already been happening for you, and they take some time to develop. So like eclipses are very kind of like wide, kind of have a wider lens to the energies. So yeah, but let's go ahead and take a look at these. Let's go ahead and take a look at these Kipper cards here. All right, so you have community, family room, lovers, and coffin. So here's this lovers card again. What could be going on here is there are just like maybe some completions, realizations, chapters ending, if you want to call it like that, in your love situation or love situations that have happened in the past, okay? With the lovers twice here, the lovers tarot card, the lovers oracle card, coffin, and these just big energies that I'm feeling. Community and family room, it's like for some of you here, wow. So for some of you here, it's like soul tribe is what I got in my mind as I saw this community and family room card. It's like whatever family is to you here, you might be undergoing changes, or you might be finding soul tribes here at this time. Pisces might be really connecting with other people, especially because I think some of you have been isolated here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the clarifications. Now, I do appreciate you spending your time with me. Thank you for being here. If you are enjoying this video, do hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. So you have the King of Wands, you have the Chariots, and you have the Star card. So this after tarot is very interesting. I'm excited to use it here. This is the first set of videos I'm using it on. And the illustrations are a few moments after the original illustration of the Rider-Waite. And it's very interesting. So you have this Star card here, okay? The Star card's about your wishes coming true, okay? It's about wishes being granted to you. Also, just look, this person is taking a cleansing bath, here. Okay, this is a healing pool of water. They are fully submerged. I think some of you are getting fully submerged into something here, and you can't do that if you're hanging on. Okay, this is clarifying the hanging man. If you're hanging on to loose threads of the past, you can't really fully immerse yourself, can you? Not really. Not really. And, you know, in this illustration here, we see that the sphinxes have gotten up, they've gotten to their feet, and they are ready to charge forward. You can see that this person's moving along, and the chariot says, let's go forward to victory. Now, what is really cool is you have number 7. So there's the 7. I said we're missing the 7, right? Didn't I say that? So you have 6, 7, 8, 9 showing up here. Synchronicity, they're not all in a row, but you have 6, 7, 8, 9. I said we're missing a 7, didn't I? There's a reason why I said that. So if you're still here and you're still watching, there we go. You're finding the missing link. You're finding the missing piece. You know what's interesting? I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's this, there's this series. This is taking me back to like 2017, I think. Yeah, like 2017. There's this series called Missing Links. It's this series by this dude named Greg Braden, and it's called Missing Links. I watched this in like 2017, and it like really changed my mind. Some of you may want to watch Missing Links. You can find it on Gaia. I'm not sure if you can find it in other places, but if you're like into tarot cards and you're like into spirituality, you would love Missing Links. There might be a message in there for some of you. You have this King of Wands here, which is about enterprise, being an entrepreneur. I think some of you have this. If you're not already an entrepreneur, it is definitely in your DNA. You have the Page of Cups. You have the 9 of Swords. First time I've pulled that. And then you also have the King of Swords. So it's so interesting. This represents a nightmare. The 9 of Swords represents a nightmare, and you can see that the creature from their nightmare, they're facing their nightmare. And right, I mean, what are you left to do when you have a nightmare? What else is there to do? Face it head on. And you know, I think for some of you here, you're really going into something. Like you're just fully immersing yourself into something. And this Page of Cups is, the Page of Cups can talk about new love in your life, but what is that with? Oh, the Ace of Wands. Well, I do like the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands for love. That's definitely a nice energy. That is definitely a fiery, passionate connection between you and another person. It could mean that some of you have met somebody quickly and you're like, whoa, am I just repeating a love cycle here? You know, is this always happens? You know, I meet somebody, it starts off, hot, and then, it fizzles out. Like maybe some of you are just like, there's something like that here going on for some of you. You do have this King of Swords in the lower row. Could be a Libra energy, but the King of Swords, it could be any air sign, but the King of Gemini, remember we have this Gemini card here. King of Swords is really about being a leader or being an expert in something. I mean, there are lots of things, but like being somebody who's like king, and I say that in terms of like being a leader. And I think for some of you, this is connected to, again, this is being clarified here by the Hermit, this is connected to your inner guidance or you being introspective about something and maybe what leadership looks like for you. You have this Queen of Cups, you have the Fool, and the King of Pentacles. So you can see in this illustration, the Fool is well on its way on its journey here. They have taken the leap. They have not died. They've moved off the cliff, and they're well on their way to wherever it is that they're going here. I think for some of you here, you're ready to move. You're leaping into a new place here. Remember, you're in pursuit of something. You are in pursuit of something big, and I think that you could be quite successful here as you have this Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Your energy here, Queen of Cups as well. Trust your gut. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Cups. Maybe this is love related, but it's almost like for some of you, you're a little bit suspect. And you're like, okay, is this the same cycle over and over again? Something like that. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.